Right, we should be live. Might take a second to kick in. Sorry for the delay. We were just waiting for Ian's helicopter to land. You're a fully fledged pilot now, aren't you, mate?
Oh, yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, that's...
You fly yourself? I didn't realise. I thought you were flown everywhere.
Well, exactly. I do prefer to be flown, but, sometimes you just can't get the staff, can you?
Good to have the practice.
Yeah.
Do you reckon everybody's with us now, Stevie? Or what?
Indeed, yeah. There's about 20 people here. And we are live. It looks like we're live. Tell us if there's any issues with sound, video, whatever. If you can hear us, put a thumbs up.
And welcome back to another Uncut Live, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people of the world out there. Let us know what you have got in your glass, for we have already poured our first round.
Well, speak for yourself.
Oh, have you still done, Stevie?
No, it was...
What? Stevie's been listening to me lose my head in a little preamble there. I've got something really exciting in my glass, and as per usual, I'm going to talk over the two of you, not let you get involved at all. I'm going to tell the people what I'm drinking first. Because let's face it, people at home, who are you most interested in what they're having? It's me. It's the Key One Red Pepper Cask Whisky. Now, this is a sample that has been sent to me it's an exclusive product to Korea at the moment. Key One is an amazing Korean distillery for anyone who's not aware, and we've actually got a really great episode coming out with Dawn Davies in the coming weeks already. Isaac, a whiskey friend of mine, he's on Instagram, IsaacMill303, was so generous in sending me this. He was at the launch party. Basically, what they've done is taken a 4-year-old Key One, so sort of some of the older stuff.
Come on.
Ex-bourbon, soaked casks with hot water and filled them with chili peppers for about 6 weeks, and then cracked away and put new make whiskey into it. So it's really, really interesting. It's genuinely, from a whiskey point of view, this is life-changing. Yes, that's exactly it, Stevie. Thank you so much. It's been done in a collaboration with a chef called Edward Lee. I personally don't know of him.
Oh, in fact...
From a whiskey point of view, I shit you not, I've just lost my head a little bit of Isaac there as well. This is life-changing stuff. It's really, really interesting. It's like eating a curry. It's so spicy and rich and peppery. I've got a full sample, so I will be bringing it down. You cannot describe this, so I feel like we shouldn't spend too long talking about it because nothing I say will be worthwhile. All I can say is they're about 100 quid a bottle, only available in Korea, but we're hearing that they might do a bit more of this if there's demand. So what I would say is do everything you can to get your hands on a bottle of this, and then push as hard as you can for it, because it's unlike anything I have tried before. We talk about spices in whiskey. This is unbelievable.
Is it just boozy hot sauce, though?
So this is the thing. I personally think that this needs to be enjoyed with something. Now, the chef is apparently saying, or the master distiller perhaps, actually, I think Isaac was saying, that they're saying you should have this with spicy food.
Right.
To me, that's like having a cigar with a Lafroy. Not terrible, but I'd be more inclined to have a rich sherried whiskey with a cigar. And for this, I want to have an ice cream, or I want to have like a kind of relatively plain but really light and lovely fish dish. Isaac was messaging me saying it's a Bloody Mary, the base of it, and it absolutely fucking is, and I cannot wait for you both to try it, because this is the base of a Bloody Mary. You just need tomato juice. It is ready to go.
You're going to treat us to a cornetto next time you see us then?
Hey, listen, if I have this with me, yes, absolutely. I will try and come up with some more specific tasting notes as it goes on. It's rambunctious, it's full on, it's heavy.
And is there a lot of alcohol coming through?
This is the thing, it's difficult to say because it's so spicy.
Right.
I don't know if alcohol or spice. It at a 51.5%, I think it says. Or 57.5% potentially. Let me find out. Sure.
I think it's 3 years old, is it? Or
57.5%.
Okay. And you said the new make went straight into...
But it doesn't smell.
I think they matured the casks with chilies, and boiling water.
It's a 4-year-old bourbon cask. So bourbon, their whiskey's been in it for 4 years. They put boiling water and chili peppers into it for 6 weeks, and then they filled their cleric into it. How old the whiskey is, I have no idea. Or even if it is legally whiskey by sort of Scotch standards, do you know what I mean? Like,
I doubt
When
it.
it wouldn't be with the chili.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. I meant from an age point of view, obviously with the chili element, yes.
Right. Good to see you've come well prepared, mate.
It's a last minute thing, dude. It's just pure excitement, you know what I mean? Like, I opened this today, and you'll all have to excuse me as well because I'm off the back of a stag this weekend, so I'm a little bit ropier than usual. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I opened Instagram today and was like bombarded with a picture of you at the gym from like I didn't even want to know what angle.
oh dear, yeah.
It was quite a low angle, actually.
I mean, it was.
There was a lot of leg going
Oh
on.
dear,
There was a lot. There was a lot going.
There's a lot going on there. Fairness. That's maybe not for the internet.
No,
I mean, certain parts of the internet, but maybe
Yeah.
not this part of the internet.
Okay, a paid for only angle. Thank you for the heads up. That's how tired and out of it I obviously am. But yeah, get a bottle of this. Ian, what is in your glass? Please do tell us.
So significantly more traditional than what you poured, Jake. So it's pretty dark, and it is the relatively new Tamdhu 21 cask strength edition.
And I'm excited.
So this is 55.3%, unlike the kind of core release, which I think is 46 or 48.
I think it's 48.
48, yeah, I was going to say. So this was limited to 250 bottles when the cask strength came. So they launched this at the same time as the standard cask strength, which is batch release, but don't know how many bottles. But yeah, 250 cask strength bottles. This is very good. Very, very
Unsurprisingly, but I mean, talk to us.
I mean, look, so
cask build up, is it exclusive Oloroso?
do you know what? It doesn't say. It just says exclusively in sherry oak casks.
Okay.
And I'm going to say with the profile of it, the color of it, and kind of what most of Tamdhu's older stock's in, that it's probably all European oak.
For sure. Okay.
There is a bunch of stuff that they're doing kind of now and a few more experiments with American oak, but I think that stock probably only goes up to like 18, 19 years old, and there's certainly less of it as well. I mean, there's just a huge amount of fig and date going on. It's a much more wintry dram than the weather we've been having the last couple of days, as it's finally been a bit less fucking grey outside in the UK.
For sure. But you're enjoying it, yeah?
The mouthfeel on this, Stevie, I think you would enjoy this because this is thick.
It sounds thick when you say, yeah, pigs. I mean, classic Tamdhu, right?
Is it a sherry bomb? Is it kind of like, because it looks dark on the webcam here.
Yeah, I mean it is dark,
Yeah.
and especially the bottle. It's kind of you pretty much can't see through it. Is it the most intensely sherried thing ever? No, but I think that's probably a good thing. It kind of really has some kind of slightly nice, slightly kind of spongy kind of notes to it. So the sticky toffee pudding, there is that kind of caramel toffee sauce kind of going on as well. Obviously, very heavy.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of comments here, actually. Ben has just commented and said, Whiskey Base says that it's American and European oak, Oloroso.
Okay. I am happy to be corrected on there being some American oak in it. I didn't realise they had any stock that old.
Yeah, fair enough. So no PX.
No, I mean, I think they've generally got Oloroso. I mean, even the single casks are very
They
much
stick
Oloroso.
fairly similar to what they do at Glengoyne, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, Glengoyne, I think you do see some
Cask-wise.
PX every so often. They've had a travel retail one. You do see the odd PX single
They've only
cask.
had the one, dude, haven't they? I think it's just that one travel retail.
Yeah. I mean, that's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, very, very, very good. I think Tamdhu is so underrated. It's I don't know. It's to me again, it's kind of similar to Glengoyne in as much as like people revere Macallan so much. And don't get me wrong, love a bit of Macallan. Got the 18 open behind me. But I think Tamdhu, Glengoyne, bang for buck, Glendronach, you're gonna get similar sort of profiles.
Yeah.
Heavy sherry, if that's what you're looking for, but more exciting, right? I mean, what are you looking at for a bottle of that 21 year?
So, I mean, it wasn't cheap. I think it was
the cask strength, single or not single cask?
No, 250 bottles, cask strength, but not single cask.
Sorry, how is it not single cask? What cask type is it?
So on Whiskey Base it says American and European oak Oloroso casks.
So it could just be double matured or something like that, But
it wouldn't surprise me if this is
effective predominantly, do they not?
Yes, but what I would expect, Jake, is that this is probably pre-watered down to the vatting strength. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if it is basically the same as batch one, but just sans water.
Okay, that's interesting. I'd be interested to find that out. We should have a chat with Gordon.
Gordon, I'm sure will let us know.
Yeah.
And to your point around kind of say Glendronach and stuff, like there's obviously clear similarities with the sherry profile, but at the same time, I find Glendronach kind of goes a little bit more into the kind of earthier, kind of dunnagey, maybe occasionally mushroomy kind of side of things, which is great. I fucking love it. Tamdhu leans a little bit more into a slightly cleaner sherry, but a little bit more kind of oak tannin coming through. A little bit more interest maybe on the oak side of things. Just that slightly kind of cleaner
I think
profile.
Cleaner is a great way of describing it, particularly in comparison to Glendronach and Macallan, actually. I think Macallan is that little bit oilier for me, and can come across a little bit richer, and whereas I think Tamdhu I think clean is a really nice way of putting it.
It's still very much old school sherry, right? It's not kind of that modern like prune juicy stuff. Like it's dark, it's dense. As I said, there's a bunch of spice and oak there as well. There's plenty to chew on.
Very good. Stevie, tell us. You've sat there patiently waiting.
Sorry.
Well, just before I get on, because it's not all about you and Ian and me, there's some comments coming through. There's a lot of chit chat, so probably catch up on that.
Sorry, I actually I can't see this. I'm gonna
go jump in. We've got Greg's from Greg's Whiskey Guide in here. He started off the conversation saying he can't stand chili pepper, so that will be a no for him.
I have to say, it's getting fatiguing. Just as I'm sure you've seen, every time I take a sip, I'm kind of like,
is it like burning?
It's full on spicy. And listen, I'm the sort of person who goes to a curry house and I'll get like a madras or something, but I'm not going to get
a vindaloo
ones where you're crying. If you're crying, your body is rejecting it. People, do you know what I'm saying? Like, relax. We want to have a nice meal, and this is lovely. But it is difficult to just have this as a dram. Like I said at the beginning, I believe that this is built for, and that's kind of what I love about it, for food, for cocktails, for engaging with whiskey in a different way. Not surprising that a chef has put this together with them. I really want to talk to Key One and the chef about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think they... Sorry, Ian.
I was going to say, give it another couple of drams and you'll be sweating like your gym shot this morning.
I think he has designed it, is not the right word, created it to pair it specifically with food in mind for it, I think. I imagine that, as you say, drinking a few glasses of that, you're just gonna get that fatigue, whereas if you're probably mixing up with some food and, in between, and it's cutting through that chili and bringing it back and so on and so forth, that's what I think was the whole point. right?
It engages you in a whole different way. Like I say, I can only imagine. I've actually got a ginger beer here, so I'm probably gonna mix it and see how that goes
That's
down.
that's gonna be fiery as hell, mate.
But interesting. I don't know. I want to play
Spice
around
on
with it.
spice on
Spice on
spice.
yeah. Seeing Gav's Drams is here. Gav's one of the guys from the Edinburgh Dramas Society or something. I can't remember. Edinburgh Dramas, maybe. A bit of a legend himself. Go and check out his channel. Hey, Gav. We've got Chris Boyle, Cask Notes, mystery malt in Dutch Jurors glass, a Highland 21-year-old lightly peated. What's everyone thinking of these mystery malts? We interested? What's everybody got thus far? I'd be interested to know.
John from Evening Folks, 18-year-old Milton Duff, cast strength in my glass tonight. Very nice.
What's up, John? How you going, bud?
Haynes, hi from Germany. I have a Glendronach 15 tawny port finish in my glass.
Oh, nice.
Who's that? They're speaking my language.
Yeah.
I killed off. You sound so dirty there, Ian. Relax, man.
I am happy to. I have recently managed to add the 15 and the 20 tawny port to the cask finish collection, to the 18 that I already had.
Dude, I killed my 18. Literally, I've got like a bunch of the most recent dead bottles underneath my desk here, and that is one of the most recent dead bottles. I'm gutted. And the end of it, the last that you can see, the cork literally disintegrated. I was nursing it so much. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't want to let it go.
Surprised you're not chewing on that cork, mate.
I will. I'll try and get it out of there at some point.
Brett says, having a beautiful glass of 7-year-old Ardbeg matured in ex-Glenlossie ex-Palacatado cask by Concerto, a Hong Kong IB.
Has anybody tried the 10-year-old Ardbeg, the cask strength one? We did that little episode there. I don't know if you caught it, guys, but I personally, still raving about that, Ian. You'll need to bring it along next time we meet up.
Pouring a Stoischer 10-year-old from Whisky Dudes. Who's Whisky Dudes? Is that an IB? Must be, obviously.
Must be.
So, yes. Jimmy Jazz, he is up bright and early.
Jimmy's here.
Jimmy Jazz is here.
I hope he's only got water in his glass.
He says, what's up?
What's up, Jimmy?
So, what have I poured tonight?
Now,
yes, I have got something that I lent a mate a good year, maybe a year and a half ago. Completely forgot about it, actually. And he
got it back.
Dropped it round, and I was like, I fucking remember that. Not as much left as I sent it, but anyway, it's opened up beautifully. It is the 2-stack Smoke and Mirrors Maple Syrup Stout finish. And I believe this is the cask strength one. I think they do a batch version of this, and like a mass. Yeah. This is fascinating. I remember getting this. I remember. I think he's Canadian. Jeremy Pugh. You've probably seen him on Instagram. He's a big kind of bourbon dude, but he loves getting his hands on a bit of Scotch, a bit of Irish. Obviously, 2 stacks Irish whiskey. They're a IB basically.
You don't need to question it like that.
Yeah. So this is fascinating. This is heavily peated, and I believe it spent some time in a stout barrel and then in a maple syrup stout barrel to finish it off, which I've never had maple syrup stout, so that sounds fascinating, let alone the whiskey. This is amazing, and actually it being this low, the oxygen has done it well. I remember describing this when I first cracked into it when it was really fresh, as if you were cooking some cheese and bacon burgers on the barbecue and all that fat drips down into the coals and you've thrown some whiskey in there, swished it up, and comes out of this. It's so smoky, meaty and sweet. There is this real sweet and savoury play in it. And it actually, on the nose, has this amazing kind of like burnt honey or burnt toffee even. I'll bring this along next time we record in person because I don't think either of you have tried this.
Burnt honey, burnt toffee. That's right up my street, dude. That sounds yummy.
Yep. But this is great, and I'm glad I've got it back, and I will bring you some. Yeah, 2 Stacks of Wicked. They have a lot more freedom over there. They can pretty much do whatever they want with finishes and maturations.
Not quite.
Well,
yeah.
A lot more than Scotland. A lot more than Scotland. But yeah, they're playing around the casks and being very creative, and this is a big winner for me. So that's what's in my glass tonight.
Nice. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll be interested to try that when we next meet up. The other few bits I have on my table, funnily enough, they're both rums, which is not like me at all, and you can tell I've been given both of these bottles. But they're actually both quite interesting. The black tart is something that I was given there at an elixir tasting I went to for Dalmore, but obviously Chikinder owns a bunch of different brands. He's got all the different spirits right at his fingertips. And this is really cool. This is something I've tucked into a little bit over the last few weeks. I've just this evening opened this Outlaw, which I'll talk about in a minute. But this is the historic Solera from Black Tart. And I have to say, as somebody who doesn't really go for rum, not that I would dislike rum, but I'd be more inclined to have like a rum with a cocktail or something as opposed to a dram. I'd always go for either like a shot of mezcal or tequila or like a dram of whiskey. This is really lovely. And of course, they're using a Solera system, so it's sherried rum. And I think he was saying that this is the only Solera system in Scotland that is used for rum. It was all taken from, it's like an old Solera system from Spain, from a bodega that was going out of business or something. And it's actually really, really cool. I'll bring this along when we next meet. I don't know if you guys have tried it.
Sorry, I just noticed in the comments there, Jim Jazzles, that's not Jimmy Jazz from Australia.
Yes, that is Jimmy Jazz from Australia.
Oh, sorry, he said, nope, different one, hence the name change. Am I missing something
There's
here?
also an American Jimmy Jazz.
Right, okay.
From Boston,
okay.
who's in the UK at the minute.
There's only one to me.
On is low and muffled. All right, cheers.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jay, if you can, I don't know what you can do about your mic.
I don't know is it still bad?
I can hear you, but I got a headphone in, so, but yeah, I think you're a bit quieter than Ian.
Okay, hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to mute myself. Tell amongst yourself.
Good to see Jake's got his,
bit of tech support going on.
Well, yeah, I was going to say his glasses. He's got his voyeuring glasses on this evening again.
I always find rum, it's a really interesting category that I want to try and get more into. And there's certain rums that I like, and then it's all high ester rum that I really struggle with, and a lot of the kind of seriously tropical.
Is that any better, lads?
Same.
About the same. Maybe a little bit clearer, but a little bit quiet still.
Sorry, mate. We're audio mic. We'll get production to audio mic.
Sorry, keep going there, Ian. I was talking to you. What were you saying?
No, that's what I was just saying with rum. It's an interesting category, but like the high ester stuff, I can't understand that too much myself. Like it all just tastes of bin bags and bin juice for me, to me.
And this is the thing for me. It's really nice to have a rum that I'm familiar with a lot of the notes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Dawn there helping us through the bourbons and helping us find like some notes or at least understanding more.
Yeah.
And again, for me, this is the thing with rum. We need to find a bit of a rum genius. I mean, Dawn's probably a rum genius as well, but maybe we find somebody different to talk us through rum. I don't know. It would be great to understand more, to taste more, to really get into the depths of it, because I agree, it can go really funky for me. And it's difficult to come back from that. It's the same. The Kraken rum was one that I really struggled with as well. And again, spiced rums I didn't mind so much, but that really put me off completely.
Well, the Kraken.
Kraken's barely even proper rum, mate. Like you'll get the shit for calling that rum.
Well, sorry. This is years ago.
First ingredient, syrup.
Yeah.
Someone said that glue note in high ester does hit for them. So
Well, listen, it's like butyric acid and the laddie juice. You know, I get baby sick, and you can
Yeah.
absolutely feck off. Not with all of it, granted. Actually, you're a lot worse than I am with that, Ian. You are so sensitive to that butyric acid, I would say, right?
Totally. Yes, I am very more so than sulfur.
Yeah, and exactly. And some people are like sulfur canaries and just can't handle it. I will
Well, even though you
happily
think
be
I'm,
shot
you
in the
think I'm a
face
bit of a
with an
sulfur
eggy
fan.
musket, you know? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting.
Yeah. There's
Black
definitely rum I like, and it is kind of generally I think on that kind of sweet and more tropical vibe. Greg is saying I might prefer Mauritius style. I went to Mauritius a couple of years ago, and the majority of the rum I had there was great. I actually bought a bottle back. I can't remember the brand off the top of my head. I would have to run downstairs and find it. And I think Foursquare generally does really good stuff as well. Like just very occasionally, it kind of is on the edge for me, but I think the vast majority of their stuff is great as well.
Christian's saying, "Come join us, poor souls who love both peated whiskey and high ester rum."
You just add sulfur to that for the real trifecta.
Legit. I think it's implied, but absolutely. Have we been drinking anything interesting this week at all? To be honest, I've had like a skinful of Guinness, so I want to hear about some nice stuff as opposed to.
I haven't. I mean, we're only Tuesday.
Sorry, I mean this week gone.
No, I haven't really poured any whiskey in a while, really. Probably since the last live, maybe. Ian, what about you? Have you been into any tastings or got any nice bottles in the post or?
No tastings. A couple of things in the post. One that isn't open yet. I've had the new Toravaig Tay that I'm going to be reviewing in the next couple of days.
Have you had that yet?
I'm getting that, man. How do I get on that everyone list? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I can
be a certain sort of sexy. Were you on that list there, Phoebe?
What, the Toravaig?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not cool enough for that list, unfortunately.
It's the everyone but us list.
Yeah, we're outside that circle, which is fine. I have tried it though.
Yeah, we tried it before, didn't we? Anyway, we tried it there last time we were in with Whisky.
Well, yeah, you tried it there, and I tried it at.
You tried it at the show.
Welcome to Whisky, and oh god, he's such a geezer. He's awesome. What's his name? The brand ambassador. Ian.
Stuart?
Help.
Stuart.
Yes, yeah. Stuart. Sorry, Stuart.
Sorry, I think you were saying it was Ian. I'm pretty sure.
No. Stuart was there, and he gave me a taste. He also gave me a taste of, I think it was a Whiskey Exchange exclusive cask strength. Have you tried that, Ian? The heavily sherried one.
That's been on the bar, and I think we decided not to put it in an episode because we've had Toravaig on quite a bit.
Sure, but you haven't tried it then.
Next time we're into film, I'll probably.
I think you're gonna really like that. It's amazing.
Nice.
But yeah. So what did you think? Sorry.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's got Madeira in it. I didn't get certainly from just the kind of quick like intro sip a huge amount of Madeira, but I'm kind of gonna leave it out in the glass.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because it's not in there. I don't think it came out either. The Madeira.
Okay, right.
Oh, I see.
I was gonna say when you said it's not there, I was like,
oh yeah, as in it's not there from like a flavour perspective in my mind. I felt like I see Madeira, I want that's quite a specific thing to put on a bottle for me, and I genuinely really like that, particularly with peated whiskey. I think it's really, really beautiful, and I was kind of excited when it was being poured for me, and then I was kind of
I think it does a certain job though, doesn't it? Because it's their main core range introductory bottle, right? It's for
Is it the main thing in the core range? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's their only one.
It's the first thing that isn't effectively a limited
run. Yeah,
really.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, so I think it is quite approachable. Like the peat isn't heavy, it is very light. It has flavour. It's a little bit kind of grassy for me, but
kind of makes sense that they didn't lean more into the Madeira maybe then if it is core range. Trying to keep it kind of simple, light, approachable, like you say, Stevie. Because it is good. It's well executed. Like I say, I'm not disappointed. It's not fair. I was just expecting something and a little bit like, oh, okay, never mind.
Well, I guess once you've tried the, you've obviously previously tried the other tour of eggs, coming from that, maybe in
And
a way
also I know
down
what
to
beer
that,
it's supposed to
in
sort
turn.
of, where I was expecting it to be. So,
Exactly. No, it's cool. And actually the bottle's quite cool. I do like the kind of like watercolor-esque.
I think it's nice. I was surprised they rebranded already, but the first release was quite plain.
Is it a rebrand?
Yeah, so
Not the logo, surely.
they changed the font a little bit, and they had like a kind of T-shape sticker that was quite complicated on the original bottles. It was like split into three, and now they've just gone for a kind of traditional rectangular label on the front.
It's a very subtle rebrand. I mean, here, I'm just going to pop up. Everyone's going to be able to see this on the screen, just so you know what we're talking about here. So yeah, there we go. It's not. Let me zoom in. There we go. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it is a slight rebrand, but no, it's cool. They're doing great things. They really are. You've been there, haven't you, Ian?
I have. It's a lovely place on Skye. Skye itself is a lovely island, and if you are ever in the area, you should definitely pop in. It's a very friendly bunch of people there.
I'm actually heading up to Isle of Skye end of the year-ish for a little trip. Nice. Non-whiskey related, but I will be hitting up at least one distillery. But what I have booked with some friends is you can snorkel with seals off the Isle of Skye in the sea.
Sweet.
And there's a little company doing that. They do like the puffin watching and the whales, all that. And they've just introduced snorkeling with seals, which that's a bucket list thing, right? Even if you didn't think of it, it's going to be cool. But though I'm sure it'll be fucking cold. But it looks. I was just sort of looking at accommodation stuff. What an island! Like something out of, Lord of the Rings or something. It's stunning. Did you get much time to sort of see the landscape, or were you kind of in and out?
It was kind of nearly 2 full days there, and I'm slightly unfortunately the day at the distillery was beautiful and sunny, and there was a little walk out to the castle that's in the grounds, which was really nice. But then the day of kind of like, here are the sights of Skye, it was sideways rain, fog,
Classic.
10 degrees colder than it was the previous day. So
it was the sights of Skye.
Yeah. So it was like, here's where the old manor store would be if it wasn't completely encased in fog.
Someone just said, funny how Stevie is doing the IT orchestration when Jake is looking like a 10-time developer with those glasses. A 10x developer.
Which is funny because I can just about answer the
phone. Are you live streaming now, Jake? No, like with the glasses?
So these are the second generation ones, and for some reason,
we
enable the live streaming thing for the second generation one, which is a fucking farce if you ask me. It's why I bought them, but never mind. I have been doing a little bit of recording and just wanted to see what it would be like to record because I didn't actually record.
You took him on the stag?
I did.
You need to, yeah.
Elite.
Well, just
I think I have some arrests on my phone if I want. You know what I mean? If any of the against me at the wedding, I think I can just call up the police. Look at what they've done.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible
you've got the upper hand for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
That's cool. So a bit of tour of egg in the post, and Jake, you got something from Outlaw.
Yeah, the Outlaw rum. Yeah. Which I've just been supping on there. Again, this is the thing. Rum isn't super my bag, and I don't know enough about this.
So have you opened that?
I've just opened it. I poured myself a little dram. I was jamming on it there. I'm not leaning into it hugely at the minute. And the dude's really, really nice, so I don't want to be like bagging on it now. Like, I want to give it some time when I've got a bit of a fresh palate. And maybe I won't like it. It is rum. But I wasn't really loving it just now, so I have just pop that down for a second. I've actually been a bit.
What are you eyeing up?
I did it. I did it for you on the last one, Ian. I'll do it to you again now. I just decided, fuck it. I'll just treat myself up there. Pour myself a bit of that. So yeah, sorry. Needed to be done. But yeah, fucking hell, it's beautiful.
Are we buying anything off auctions recently? Are you still in that game?
Of course, always in the game.
You're having a look.
Always looking good, exactly.
I split with one of my mates, Johnny, a Hazelburn 15 online tasting week that we picked up on Sunday. No, it's a sherry.
Oh, it's the sherry.
Yeah, but it's amazing sherry. It's this kind of like almost hybrid, like old and new style, and it just kind of tastes like pralines, but then with just a hint of that kind of Hazelburny Springbank industrial kind of Dungy funk underneath, and it's beautiful. It's probably my favorite like Hazelburn sherry release, even if it's kind of an unofficial one.
Wow, high praise, high praise.
20 years old.
15.
Nice.
And how much did you pay?
It was 140 plus fees.
Wait, is it the 35 centilitre?
No, it was a full bottle.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this was, I think, the kind of last time they did full bottles before they went down to 20s or 35s.
Wait, what year is it? Is it 21? 20?
Yeah, 2021. It was released.
You have one of those, mate, from me.
Jake has one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 3 of them.
Yeah. One from me.
Because Ireland won the rugby.
Yeah.
Oh. You tried to win that back a couple of times, I think, or like we talked about it.
Yeah, we have talked about it.
You out because you didn't want to
lose again.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I've got another full bottle, and I've been through another bottle of it as well. So between Jake and I, we've got gone through a fair. There's only about 1,000 bottles of it.
There's not that many. Yeah.
Yeah, you've had a good percentage of those. That's crazy. I think I just killed a bottle of that because I have 2.
Yeah, you do have a.
Yeah. So I killed a bottle of that because it's quite high strength. Is it like 60% or something? Oh. It's up there.
No, it's down. I was going to say like high 50s.
High 50s. Okay, still it's close enough. Yeah. It's punchy. Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it, but it was good. It wasn't bad at all. But
this one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Yep.
One. Oh, sorry. No, I thought that was the cask number. Excuse me. 1,174 bottles, 54.9%.
There you go. Yeah.
Fresh Oloroso, 15 years. Yeah, I have to be honest. It didn't blow me away, which is why I was willing to gamble one with Stevie. To be honest, I think he was much more distraught about the thought of the loss than I was.
It was just losing.
And
it doesn't matter why I lost.
I think the win for me was more the distraught in Stevie's life. I've taken his whiskey. You know?
Was that in the same batch of the release of the Long Row Pinot Noir and?
No.
That was the year before.
That was the year before. Yeah.
Long Row 17 in fresh run.
Yes, which is also.
I just sold that to Guy.
8-year-old, the disgusting 8-year-old super dark Springbank, but the incredible, the best one of the bunch, the Kilkerran 5. This is the best one of the fucking bunch. Oh my god. Bacon bits and filth. And
no, yeah. No, I don't like
that.
No.
Phenomenal.
Bacon bits and filth.
If anyone can get a bottle of this, I would trade a bottle of this.
What?
Yeah, comfort.
No.
All day.
Oh god, the previous year, again, the 14-year-old triple distilled. Double chef's kiss.
Sorry. Was that the 2019?
2020.
Oh, was that not the 2020? That 5?
No,
5's 2021.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the 14. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the 14. That was also really good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's when
I think that came out the year that this came out.
That was the 2020 as well. That Long Row. Yeah, I've got
this.
That's my last bottle of that.
Yeah, same.
I'll trade you.
Can't drink
I'll
it.
trade you something for that, Jake.
I know I've already traded people to get their bottles of this, and I still only have one left. I bought 2 myself, and I took on another 3, and I still only have one left.
Again, that is the best Longrow red of all time.
Yeah,
Agreed.
correct. I would
Agreed.
say it could potentially be like, save getting into the old vintage Longrows, like that 94 that we tried at the tasting and stuff like that. It could be one of the best Longrows I've had full stop.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Oh God, what is this? This is just a box of.
This is sitting in my cupboard now. I haven't looked at this in a while. However, very dusty.
He'll pull out a head in a minute. Oh, nice. Have you just got the one?
Yeah. Well,
I've got 2 of them.
what's this? Is it? This wasn't a.
No, that's just the 8. Dude, is that just your last trip to Campbelltown box that you tucked away? Yeah, fair.
No, it's not. It's not even, dude. I mean, there's just shit everywhere. As I mean, everyone that collects whiskey probably has. That's a box that's just tucked away. But it did have a few more. And as I said, I think that 70-year-old Longrow rum I literally just sold to Guy or traded, should I say? I wasn't the biggest fan, to be honest, but no. Oh, here it is, right fucking here, mate. Because that's the one you're on about.
That's the very dark Springbank. Yeah,
Horrible.
it's like
Horrible.
Don't even want it.
Well,
I actually sold this. I went to Who too, and it got sent back unopened. Probably not because of what it tastes like, because obviously didn't taste it. But no one wants it. No one fucking wants it.
No.
Anyway. We actually need to still plan something for these.
yeah, that is a good point.
We got 2 of them now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, one's a yeah, basically.
Same thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Same, just different label.
We could do that. One of these. You know what we should do? Actually, we should get somebody like Dawn. Dude, we've got the whiskey exchange now. If we got Dawn or Billy or something, like people who really know their shit to like tear it apart and talk to us about what they think of it all, and maybe if we don't even know which ones, so we're doing it blind as well, and we vote blind.
All right.
I think that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't love the idea because I want mine to win.
I think if we can we just do one more trip to Campbelltown and get one more bottle, and then I'll be happy to open a bottle.
No. What we do is we open a bottle, and that will inspire a quick next trip to Campbelltown. That's how to do it.
I've got one in the diary already. I'm going up with Tony for his dad's 70th or 80th. I can't remember.
Wicked.
70th.
You should
And
bring
we're
the
gonna
glasses. You could get him in a good bit of trouble, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, you know where to go. You know where the pickled eggs are, mate.
Oh. No, I'm not going back there, Harry.
So, Greg says Springbank Dark Cola Special Edition. My man has that bottle of Cola. Kalila. Cola Ela. To be honest, I'd almost sell a kidney to try the 29 Hazelburn from the Sherry Hoggy Jake has. Well, Jake, if you're in need of a kidney...
Oh, sorry, this is the one. This is our one, he's saying. Sorry, I was going to say, I'm not drinking that, dude. Yes, sorry, fair. So if I need a kidney, okay. I reckon kidneys go for a pretty penny. You can have a bottle for a kidney, mate. Yeah, I'll do that. We just need a doctor who's going to sort of, black market your kidney away. Probably shouldn't do it on live stream as well, because I have a feeling that there's some...
why don't you do it, but wear your glasses?
Legal.
Your POV. Have a nice POV.
Yeah.
What? Taking the kidney out?
Yeah.
Christ, with my nerves, dude, my shape. I don't think I
Be like a drunk game of Operation.
Let me have a dram and I'll be grand.
Right, we'll get Donnie Trump to. He's a doctor now, isn't he?
Is he?
Did you see?
You not seen that?
The thing that he sent out was doctored, and he's talking about he's a doctor.
When he was dressed
He
up
read
as
the
Jesus.
briefing wrong.
Yeah, it did go in my head. It's all right, mate.
What have you got there, dude?
Oh, yeah. Did you say that on the stag? No.
No. It was all the way out in Dingle, so absolutely not. But yeah, no, I did a tasting with it there not long ago. It's so good. This is the 2017 release. Um, they are really good, you know, as stupidly as expensive as they are. Like I can't afford to have it on my shelf open all the time, but when there's a reason to open one, like I, get paid to open a bottle for a tasting or whatever, and I've got some left over. Fantastic.
I mean, I think you're right, Jake, in terms of it is always good whiskey, but like 375,
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
375.
This is what I'm saying. The choice out there, not that I wouldn't spend that money on a bottle, but now that I have tried it so many times, if I'm going to spend it, and that is a fantastic example right there. And this is what I was saying when I said, like a mini Macallan, and equally the Glendronach special releases, now it's not in the same as when we started. And so I can understand why somebody who's a bit fresher to the game might look at a Glendronach special release and go, would you fucking catch a hold of yourself? I'm not spending that sort of money on a bottle. But you can find a Tamdhu or a Glengoyne still, and some of them do hit sort of more ridiculous prices. But some of the older stuff within Glengoyne and Tamdhu, I think, is very, very reasonable for what you're getting. It's a great bang for your buck. And there are loads of other examples as well. But again, it was literally like fucking Edrington used to own Glengoyne, and they are literally mini Macallans. Like, they're not much changed. Ian McLeod just runs a really good distillery, knows their product well, but they haven't they haven't changed huge amounts since taking over. They know what they wanted, and they kept doing the right stuff.
So I'll just bring this up for the people at home. You can't see it, guys, unless you're on the computer, but the Macallan 18-year-old 1990 release is currently at £660 on Whiskey Hammer right now.
Okay.
That's mad, right? Really?
Well, it's not mad. Like, you're paying for prestige, right? Like, if that's what you want, or like it's your birth year or your child's birth year, right? Like, there are not many distilleries.
I don't think it's bad at all. I agree with Ian. Yeah.
Well, I think it is.
I didn't say it was bad.
But like,
No, sorry. I think you said mad.
I did say mad.
Yeah, it is mad.
Not bad. Are you going mad?
I don't think it's mad. I don't think it's mad.
I do. That's insane.
I think that. So this is what I think about Macallan. I think that the 18-year-old juice and the older stuff, and particularly if you're talking about a release from the 1990s, that's where Macallan really shines, right? For me, that's where Macallan is Macallan, because of that sort of Macallan. For me, they overplayed their hand from a marketing perspective in just churning out too much of the same stuff. That's the only problem that I have.
And people continue to buy it.
There's fatigue in the market now, I would say.
Yeah, big fatigue.
Overall, or just with Macallan?
With Macallan. I mean, listen, overall, yes, the market has settled. The market is repositioning, particularly from a price point of view, which is great for consumers. I was talking to Billy at the just before the Glenallachie tasting there, and we were both saying how stupid it is, how the distillers and that are complaining. Because from a consumer point of view, there hasn't been a more exciting time to get into whiskey. There are deals on, there are more distilleries trying to create more interesting stuff for the sort of entry-level point of view. There's great things going on. And equally from like an enthusiast point of view, if you're really far along your journey, there's more information now. They're trying to be more experimental. There's more and more and more happening all the time. So, I think we need to be positive. Generally speaking, obviously, like I say, the market's corrected a bit. I think it really is only brands like Macallan, and there are maybe one or two other sort of, ultra premium brands, so to say. They're like, I think they just have overplayed their hands a little bit.
I'm gonna agree to disagree a bit, Jake, because I feel like you kind of. You're right on so many points. There is a lot of choice out there, and there is some discounting and stuff going on, and so it's probably a better time than it was like 2 or 3 years ago. But compared to 10 years ago, and obviously, there are going to be a bunch of people who
Are
weren't
you talking
drinking.
about a price point of view now, though, Ian?
Price, but also, I mean, like 10 years ago when I was getting, well, it was more than 10 years ago now, but 10 years ago when I was kind of seriously getting into it was more than I could realistically buy or get my hands on. Like there was so much, and Springbank wasn't on allocation, and I think most importantly for really getting into it, the move from blends and bottom shelf supermarket stuff into 12 and 15-year-olds was not a huge leap, and that's the real problem that I see today. Like, so you've got Greg in the comments talking about like Distill Your World and like Naz's at like 4,000 plus euros. Yeah, I mean that's a problem. There were expensive NASs then. Like there was the Escuro and other stuff that kind of even back then I was looking at being like, why would anyone buy this shit, right? That concept of overhyped, overpriced NAS stuff has been around for 15 to 20 years now, but I think
Anyone
it's
with a bit of sense, it was always ludicrous. Yeah.
yeah, but I think it's harder to make that initial jump from kind of occasional drinker into enthusiast now than it was 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, listen, I would, but I don't think that's whiskey specific, right? I think that's, prices in general are going up. I think that you can still get hold of, your Bunner 12s. Like I said, I think on the last live, the Tormore 12 that's coming out soon, genuinely phenomenal. Your Glendronach, granted, is a little bit more expensive. How much is a Tamdhu 12? Or they have a 10-year-old as well, do they not, Ian? Do they
Yeah,
do what they do at Glengoyne and do 10, 12, 15, all of it? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. How much is
Um,
their 10 or 12-year-old?
I'm gonna say the 10's probably like 40 quid.
You know, that's that's into the realm of kind of, a bit more serious drinking, right?
Yeah, but I think back in the day, and I know we can't go back there, as someone
Oh,
has
back in my day, no
made the
way.
point, right? You could go from 10 through to 21 from a lot of distilleries, without spending more than like 120 to 150 pounds. Sometimes even you could £100 would get you a 21 OB. Um,
Oh, dude, £100 when I was getting into it, yeah, again, 10 or so years ago, get you, a cask strength, single cask, limited edition OB sometimes.
and that. So I mean, I first picked up Glendronach 21 for 90 quid. It's now 275 RRP. Like that's 10 times inflation in the same period. Um, it's just, and that's the thing that's what worries me, especially for younger people who are already more interested in fitness and other shit anyway. Like, how are these companies going to start getting rid of this stock without making themselves look like a laughing stock, or just having to do a complete reset on prices and then start the whole thing again? Like, are we heading for like we're probably already in another whiskey lock?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a whiskey lock at all because again, to your point, you can get Springbanks and stuff. They're on allocation. There are more buyers in the market. That is what's happening there, right? Yes, listen, on pricing, I think that there has to be some realignment, but that's already been going on the last couple of years, right? I think we're getting more quality products now. Distilleries like Glenallachie, like Tormore are going to start coming through, well led, independent, really good juice. That alongside the conglomerates that we've got, obviously, we've seen in the news about the prospective merger between Pernod and Brown, and obviously Sazerac were then sniffing around the whole thing. So there's lots happening in the space at the minute, and I don't know. I think it's an exciting time. What I hate, I suppose, more than anything, Ian, is me. I hate negativity, right? Like there are problems. Let's come up with a solution. I think that there's a lot of whinging and moaning on the industry side at the minute, and you know, yeah, okay. younger people are drinking a bit less, but actually we've seen them taking up drinking at a faster rate in the last few years. And what we have seen anyway with the younger generation is that they want to spend a bit more money and have a bit more of a unique sort of experience. And this is where I think whiskey can come in, because they're not binge drinking pints the way that our generation would have been,
Yeah.
but they are more readily sort of prepared to spend 50, 100
They're looking for more
pounds
selective things, yeah.
on a nice bottle of wine, on a nice meal, on a nice bottle of whiskey. The problem is that the connectivity and the education for the younger generation is, and actually for whiskey buyers as a whole, right, is slightly lacking. We talk about Macallan. You know, I've got that client who had the Macallan cacao and genuinely asked me how they get the chocolate into the cask. And, you know, and as funny as that is, Stevie, and we can laugh and take the piss out of somebody.
No, I know, of course.
The reality of it is,
I know.
Macallan have failed there, and this isn't a young fella. This is a guy who spent a lot of money with Macallan, and so it's kind of like, again, like, it's interesting to understand. I think more than anything, Ian, like, what are they going to do? Well, I don't think pricing needs to change drastically. I think there does need to be some alteration at the lower end of the market and make it so that there are some steps along, you know, some more rungs along the ladder, I suppose.
100%.
You might put it. Absolutely would agree.
I think also production needs to slow down, right? That's probably the main cause, is overproduction, right?
Down. But again,
I think the consumption is still the same.
Point of view, if you look at the production levels of gin, of vodka, of other things, actually what we need to do is educate drinkers on enjoying whiskey in cocktails with food, as this key one is designed to. Having whiskey as more of an experiential enjoyment, because I think the problem that these companies have is limiting themselves to people pouring wee drams and not being educated, not getting into it enough. You know, we've got 40 great geeks in the live now, 40, 50 in and out there this evening, you know. It's we need more younger people to come in and get the excitement going. And I think that how we do that is by educating and being excited ourselves. Like I say, to be whinging and moaning about, everyone's got fucking problems, you know what I mean? Like, the markets generally are in decline, you know, shit's happening all over the world. I don't think that problems are unique to the whiskey industry. You know, I think we just need to, you know, the grass is always greener, but just get on and mow your fucking lawn, I say, you know what I mean?
We are sport for choice as well. I think, you know, that coupled with overproduction, it's just like...
We didn't have the same choices we did 10 years. We have more choice than we did 10 years ago. Granted, some things like Springbank and stuff, it's harder to get. Okay, you know, but that means we have to work harder to find new loves like Tour of Egg and, you know, whatever else it may be.
Totally, and I think I appreciate I kind of sound a little bit like I'm moaning or kind of being a bit kind of like, oh, back in my day and whatever. But like I said, I think the distilleries, the conglomerates, they need to look at, exactly as you said, at kind of having rungs on the ladder rather than asking people to make leaps of faith.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, you know, Steve, it's your point. Again, I completely agree. People are looking to kind of sip on more interesting things, have more of an experience somewhere. And again, I think like that's going to be super interesting in terms of whiskey tourism for some of the kind of more scenic distilleries. You know, you're still seeing a bunch of places opening new visitor centers.
Yeah, but no shame on any distillery, right? But like, a distillery tour is great, but once you've done 1 and 2, it's the same. There's nothing new, and I really think they're stuck in their ways there with distillery tours.
The problem with it as well, Stevie, and you know full well, because obviously of what we're planning with the Whiskey Baron, but the issue is you drive to the middle of the fucking sticks 9 times out of 10, and you spend half an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours if you're doing a long tour, right? You know,
yeah.
3 or 4 hours. You know, I've done a few long tours, detailed tours, big tastings at the end, great. And then it's kind of, you know, thanks so much.
Into the shop and off you go.
Go home.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas, you know, whiskey became popular through the whiskey barons, not only because it was, you know, now all of a sudden the refined drink of the London gentleman, but also because the whiskey barons were bringing these people up to Scotland. Let's go hunting. Let's go fishing. Let's go golfing. Let's have this luxurious lifestyle. And where better to do it in the fucking beautiful Highlands or, the Scottish fresh air. Living up here now, I can tell you, it's not as fucking miserable as the Scots say. They just want the English to stay the fuck out.
Look at the last comment.
Yeah, Steve, I don't know whether that's a proposition or...
Sally from Deanston will give you a once in a lifetime experience.
Tell me where to sign up. I'll be there.
You're totally right, Jake. I think, and Stevie, they've got to focus on the what else, right?
Yes.
Whiskey and they can choose to do different fucking things, right? That can be whatever they think is right. But...
Yes. Look, we all consume different products and areas, all sorts of things, not just whiskey. Whiskey for some reason has always been quite behind with the marketing and their kind of their tours, their in-person experiences and things like that. There's a few that are, I guess, maybe. Is there? No, they are all the same. They're just stuck. They're stuck in older times, I think. Right? I think they're very comfortable. They don't really like spending much money on marketing unless it's on the extremely high end, commercials and billboards and that sort of thing. But I think there just needs to be more. There's so much more that can be done to bring people in, and the only thing that's going to do that is the marketing, right?
Yeah.
But they're all singing from the same hymn sheet, in my opinion.
I think it was really interesting having that chat with Dawn there recently, and we were talking about the Myken and the Nordic distillery and the way that they kind of operate as more of a community-driven thing. They're not owned by the same people or the same businesses or whatever, but they work together, to combine efforts in export or product sourcing or whatever it may be. And I think, and Dawn and I were both talking about, I specifically said about how English whiskey could learn a lot from that. And she was saying actually Scottish whiskey could learn. And she's absolutely right. I think all areas of whiskey, but Scottish whiskey in particular, used to be this thing where there was a bit more community. There is still a real great sense of community, but I think that the way that businesses can be a little bit more single-minded and I think that a little bit more collaboration. I mean, it's why we set up the Whiskey Baron and Uncut at the end of the day, right? To get more people involved. I think that's always been our approach. And I think that a lot of people are starting to come around to the idea of it now. Again, looking at, places like Glenallachie and in more independent thinking. I think it'll be, I am very excited, I have to say, for this potential merger. But I think it'll be interesting now, regardless of whether it happens or not, to see how businesses start, hopefully, working with one another a little bit. Because I think that, there's a lot to be said for just getting people into the whiskey category as a whole. You don't have to just buy Macallan or Highland Park or the Whiskey Baron or whatever it is, right? You just need to be drinking whiskey. And getting interested and excited and learning about it. And again, I think that's the main thing. Getting people excited and educated by us. That's what I want to be seeing, right? Anyway. Sorry, I ran.
Greg said, where is that? Apparently you're on a Dalmore tour and they take your phone away. They confiscate your phone before the tour.
Why?
Just in case Richard Patterson's running.
Steve said
no clothes on.
Steve said they don't want you filming the 12 ton of caramel colouring going in.
Well, we all know
you don't want to see that plastic stag production line. That's what they don't want you to see. That's wild. That's crazy. Well, we don't definitely are not getting in there with our big cameras then, are we? If you're not allowed your phones.
I'd love to go along to Dalmore. I fucking love Dalmore. But yeah, that is wild. Can you imagine? Fuck, is that a comedy show? Like, what are you doing?
Madness. What else is going on then? I heard, did I see that Bamore have won the Scotch Whisky of the Year, the 21 or something. Has that just come up?
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of posts about how whiskey awards are bullshit, so I'd imagine that has a whiskey award.
People are jumping on that. Yeah.
Well, sorry, lad. It's been true for a minute. Like, I personally didn't give a. I mean, you'll notice, guys, we don't enter any whiskey awards. We entered when I launched.
Pay to play, mate.
It is exactly that.
Pay to win.
Tell you who we entered are Fettercairn, Glenrothes, and Bunnahabhain with, because it's not specific to this business at all. I've no issue with this particular award show, but you have to send in between 2 and 6 bottles to an award show. You have to pay usually between 75 and kind of £200 per bottle, and it's kind of like, what is this? What does it matter? I'd be much more inclined. It would matter. There are 49 people currently on this line. I would care so much more about what these 49 people have to say about a bottle of my whiskey and be able to put on, Uncut awards. Fuck. Now we're going to have to do an award show, Stevie. Strap in. I've just come up with another idea. But do you know what I mean? Like, I'd much rather hear from because who's judging these award shows? Some of them are full of really well-respected judges and cool, interesting. I would still say at the end of the day, whiskey is so personal, right? Everyone's olfactory system is completely different. Unless you know who is talking, I follow certain journalists because I know how they talk about certain whiskeys. And so I know whether, how they write it, whether I like it or not, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? I think with awards, you lose all of that. It's pointless to me. But also, as we say, I think a lot of the time, it's bought and paid for. But what has Dalmore won? Sorry.
What have they won? Let me have a look here. They've won the number 1 single malt of 2026.
Which is nonsense as well. It's fucking April. What are we doing?
Yeah, but I mean, for what was it? Just in general, or
the World Whisky Awards? Their 21-year-old Sherry Oak was named world's best single malt at the World Whisky Awards 2026. So, yeah, I mean...
Well done, Dalmore.
Well done, Dalmore. Great. Next.
I've tried it, and it's definitely not. There you go.
I've tried it. Definitely not. But this is it. Who says, I've actually... No, I haven't got that. I mean, it's good, but it's... Yeah, exactly.
Gav saying, try a Dalmore in an IB, I presume, bottling different beasts. Totally agree, Gav. I don't know if you were in, I think it was the last live we were talking about this, was it not? I bottled a couple, actually. There's a Dalmore cask just there on the wall behind me. There it is. Dalmore, single cask Dalmore is fucking incredible. We've got a few casks. They're all phenomenal. But it is, unfortunately, loads of E150, isn't it? Loads of E150 and watered all the way down. But I tell you what, still, that cask strength, I bought that for something there recently as well. That 2008 vintage, was it cask strength maybe?
That was all right, That was pretty
good.
decent. Yeah.
I think it's good. 45.8, so not even cask strength.
Did you find that in a supermarket up in Scotland, didn't you?
No. It was a whiskey shop, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Still.
Nice. Really nice.
Fair enough.
I have heard that Dalmore may be kind of moving towards kind of 46%, kind of maybe going to abandon some of the colouring, whether that'll just be kind of for the West or not. But I think, long overdue.
You're hearing things from an untrustworthy birdie. I don't know about that. I can't see that changing anytime, dude. I'd be fast. I'd love to see it. Like, don't get me wrong, but
I mean, you say that, but you look at what they've done with Fettercairn that had virtually no OBs at all 4 or 5 years ago. Jura, the work that White and Mackay are doing there at the minute, I mean, massively improved. And they're launching specialist shops only, a Sherrywood series, all with age statements, 46% plus, non-chill filtered, natural colour. decent prices. Like it seems like White and Mackay are kind of really rolling the dice on this one. So why not do it with Dalmore as well?
Hey, listen, like I say, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Yeah, we'll see. I guess I don't know. I still want to visit. I really want to visit.
I don't think we're welcome.
I'm not holding my breath. But look at his face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
You're definitely not. No, I even yeah. They spoke, mate, and you know, fingers were pointed directly at you, Posh.
A 50-year-old Dalmore is the best Dalmore that Greg has tried. Which I mean,
Fair enough.
Greg, come on now, listen that way. Settle down. 50-year-old now. You can't
yeah.
be talking about that. That's completely unrelatable.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, Jake, we tried the 40-year-old at the Whisky Show a couple of years ago. It was shit.
It was really not good. That was. I really had to make an effort to be like polite about that, you know, and find things to be. And you didn't even make a fucking effort. You know what I mean?
No. I'm sorry. It's £11,000.
Yeah,
like if it's not even remotely acceptable.
It was more than that. I'm pretty sure it was more.
I think it was 12 grand.
Oh, what's £1,000 between friends? Yeah, they can fuck off.
I don't think we are friends with them. Oh dear, they definitely charged us the full 12k. I mean, I don't think they even really wanted to pour it for us, to be honest. I think they were kind of like, really? These guys?
I think you had more information. Yeah.
Oh, than the person pouring. Bless her. She wasn't prepared to pour that though. She was pouring the 12 and the 15.
No, I know. She was lovely. However, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. It was a bit of a shame.
Put someone, yeah, you know, is what it is.
Yeah, no. On the question of bottles, to be honest, actually, auction bottles, I have not spent any money on auction bottles the last few months because I bought that fucking the next Springman Countdown collection, dude. And I'm also just about to get my Glen Alecky 1990, the next 35. Like, they're two real big, like, that's fucking 4K worth of whiskey there.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, dude, do you want one?
Go on.
I can, and like, we'll pay wholesale price.
All right.
Sorry, I'll send you through the price sheet. Actually, I'll send you both through the price
Sorry,
sheet.
are you saying this to everyone on the internet?
No. Only my best friends. Actually, in fairness, if anyone's really keen on Glen Alecky, listen. I reckon
I'll sell you one, but for double the price.
No, listen. But yeah, no, I do. We've obviously got an account with them. So, and I was at the fucking tasting. We've got a little allocation of it. I said 3 bottles, but you know, he said if we need more, we might be able to do something. So we'll see. What am I hearing there?
Don't know.
Oh, might be my missus's friends that are very loudly shouting at each other in the hall.
Oh, that's all right. No, I don't mind it. Sorry. Keep it down. No. Fair enough. Very good. Well, listen, it's probably getting about to that time, in fairness, 9:30. I mean, I'm happy to stay on as long as you want, and we can pull some drams off the shelves, but I don't want to keep you guys too late, depending on what you're up to. Is everybody else kind of drumming away into the night there, lads? I'm seeing some fucking crazy chat here. All sorts of...
There's a little party going on in the chat without us, mate.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Good for them. Yeah, I just saw there's a Whisky Hammer's live at the moment, isn't it?
Whiskey Hammer?
Whiskey Hammer, yeah.
Whiskey Hammer, yeah.
Sorry, the auction. Sorry, I think you meant...
They've taken that... It's the first time in the last 2 or 3 auctions that the Macallan hasn't popped back up, that kept the cask.
Sorry, say that again, no?
You know, there's been a Macallan up on Whiskey Hammer, a cask of Macallan. I think, I want to say 89. Didn't keep it in reserve, and you were like, well, that's embarrassing. And it hasn't gone back up. So I wonder if someone's been like, you know, I'll hold that back now.
Or it could have just been sold privately.
After the auction, maybe. Yeah. There is there's a cask of Ben Nevis up.
How old?
1999.
How old? Oh, sorry. How much? What's it?
Current bid's at 15. So here, let me just.
What is it? Hoggy.
Yeah, just a hoggy. Yep.
Give us the regauge information on it.
So you got 49.8%.
Oh, okay, go on, yeah.
1999. What else you want?
The regauge.
Well, I believe. Oh, sorry, man. I'm just having a look here.
You just got to log in now and show us your username.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, new bulk. New bulk, which I guess is the latest regauge, 177.57 litres.
Yeah.
Do you want litres of alcohol? Or yeah 89.4 litres of alcohol.
Okay, cool. At 49.8.
Yes.
Oh, what? Okay, so about 255, 256 bottles. All right. What did you say? 84.9?
89 point... Hold on a minute. Is that 89.8 ABV?
And it's a 1999.
Yes.
What's that? 27.
I just don't get why people buy casks at auction. It always seems like the worst way of doing it. You are paying like the auction house for the privilege. You're absolutely not getting the opportunity to try it beforehand.
You can do sometimes. I bought one cask at auction, but I knew the auction house very, very well.
Yeah.
So, Jake, sorry, your math. Did you math?
Yeah.
And?
It'll go about 15k, but...
What's it worth?
It?
What's it worth?
Listen, dude, in the current market, who's to fucking say? It's tough to say.
Fair enough.
What would I pay for it?
Yes, what would you pay for it?
Okay, what would I pay for it? So I said...
I need some elevator music.
I'd say you need to get your soundboard out now. We need a drum roll.
I'd probably pay about 10k for it.
10 grand.
10K,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, listen. There's just because I've been getting so many great offers of interesting bits and pieces, and I've got Ben Nevis. So, like, we've bottled a 1996. Do I need to bottle a 1999 now?
No.
Yeah, I'll give you 10k for it, mate, if you want. But like, someone's already given you 50. Obviously not. Do you know? And that's like that is a silly low bid. Like, personally, I would say. You know?
But that's what you think it's worth to you. Fair enough. Fair enough, mate.
I wouldn't be fucked.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a Mortlach 75-year-old. Comes in some fancy leather.
And that must be the
I was going to say, sorry, a bottle, not a cask.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
It is. It's the G&M Generations. Yeah.
Oh.
And then top of the food chain, Macallan's, Balvenie 50, Bora. Macallan.
Aurora.
Sorry, Brora. Fetacan, 46-year-old, 4 grand.
Really?
Some Little Mill, 25-year-old.
Oh, what's that at?
Well, it's 3 70 centilitre bottles. It's got a date 1989. I don't know when it was bottled. 4.5 grand for 3 bottles of Little Mill at 25 years old.
Band and a half.
Interesting.
I mean, I'd love to bottle a Little Mill. I would really like to bottle a Little Mill.
There is very, very little of it left, and almost all of it that is left is sat at Loch Lomond.
There is a reasonable amount that churns out into the private market, considering it's a ghost distillery.
Ooh.
Like, obviously, still very limited, absolutely. But there's some ghost distilleries that I've seen maybe 1 or 2 casks of, whereas with Little Mill, I've seen a relative amount there.
Okay.
There's a bottle of 1966 Springbank here.
Sorry, what? 18-year-old or?
Oh, it's the local barley. That I think I've had that one, and it's fucking. If it is the one I've had,
Bottled 97. So you've had this?
Sorry, that's a 31-year-old local barley. Did you say?
Yeah, I've had I think a 30 or 31-year-old local barley from back in the day, and like
phenomenal.
It was an incredible tasting that was put on by Scotch Whisky Auctions. Someone hilariously bought it and then sent it back because they weren't super happy about the fill level, and so Tam, the owner, brought it to a charity tasting. He refunded the buyer and brought it to the charity tasting that I was at, and it was
good man himself. Fair play.
Amazing.
Highlight of the show.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's currently at £1,475. The label is wicked on it, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, very cool. That will go for quite a lot more. I think prices are down a bit compared to peak, but 3-4 years ago, like, you'd be crying if you weren't getting more than 5k for one of those.
Yeah, that's mad. And actually, it comes in a box, so it probably has spent time in the box, so it's looking good. That's really cool. That is definitely one for the collection, for sure.
Go on, put a bid in, Stevie.
Right now, yeah?
Just for the clip.
Split between the... just for the clip.
Yeah.
For the views.
Oh, I'm not chipping in, mate. It's your clip, don't worry.
I mean, Jay, you were talking about...
Decline collaboration.
You're talking about doing another episode about auction, auction buys, right?
Auction madness, we could call it. Yeah. Everyone's given a 10 grand limit.
It's like some sort of auction roulette, just like... You've got a 5
Actually,
grand.
that would be good crack. Yeah, we had 3 numbers, like 100, 1,000, 10,000, and each of us have to get one.
What for? Sorry, like £10,000.
One of us gets £100, one of us gets £1,000, and one of us gets £10,000. And then we have to taste them blind and see if we can guess which whiskey is which.
On price.
Yeah.
Cool, mate. If you want to fund that.
Yeah. Why not? We'll get to fund it.
Sure. I haven't had a look at the chat. I've lost the screen here. Is much going on, Ian?
Greg's fairly active. I'm not sure if they're...
Yeah, Greg's
actually, there's still 45 people in the chat. What's your thinking process over that price there, Jake? What makes a cask worth... What makes a cask worth buying? Great question. Like I say, for me, it's like, what do I want to bottle? What have we got on the books already? I've already got a relative amount of Ben Nevis, and obviously we bottled in 1996, not long ago, a 25-year-old. So for me to have a 1999, do I need that in the lineup? I've just bought a really cool Hazelburn that's a little bit older. We actually were looking, I'm gutted. So obviously the plan was next year to bottle the 30-year-old Hazelburn. And I was offered some 34-year-old Springbanks in hogsheads, bourbon hogsheads recently. And I got samples of them, and unfortunately the day the samples arrived, they had sold. Which is really gutting, because it would have been great to have 30-year-old heavily sherry Hazelburn to be accompanied by 35-year-old clean hogsheads, and they're really, really nice hogsheads of Springer, like really, really classic Springer. So it would have been cool to have the two. So that's the sort of thing I think about. Who's asking? Sorry. Brett J from Belgium. Sorry, I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. So what am I looking at otherwise? Jeez.
Big Lamac said we should do a live where we drink 10 drams and then browse Whiskey Hammer with each other's credit card.
Oh.
I would be such a horrible person to play that game with. Because you'd end up with a little mil or whatever the fuck that, do you know what I mean? Something similar.
Well, yeah,
Well,
if you had Ian's credit card, maybe. I mean, I can't imagine that my limit is anywhere near his.
To be honest,
If I had
the
Ian's
worst thing
credit
for
card,
that,
I'd buy that cask of Macallan that's been floating around.
when you end up with
You
50
get the
bottles
points
of
on it,
Red
mate.
Label.
Yeah. Get some good cash back, mate.
God, yeah.
Maybe we should do a live where
out.
we actually have a limit each or the same limit, and then we all go and buy something, go browsing.
But talk you through our buying process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a good idea, actually.
That would be fun. That would be fun. If anyone wants to see that, let us know in the chat. Could get some good votes on what to buy as well.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a very interactive one, and then we could utilize the drams in a follow-up live or a follow-up episode or something.
That would be cool. Yeah, part 2 to be continued.
I like it. Very nice. I'm really enjoying this Macallan 18. Has anybody else moved on to something different, or?
I haven't. No, I can't be bothered to move, and everything else around me is sealed. I've got a Springbank, and fucking headphone in my ear. Another Springbank 8 here. I think Society bottling from whenever. Not open. I've got a Port Charlotte. Ooh, hold on a minute. I'm not going to open it, but wait. Get you plug you back in here. So I got this at auction actually.
Bit of a legend.
Unopened. Another Valinch here, and this time is I think it's the Syrah. Yeah.
Sarah.
These are just
open?
wicked. No, dude, it's sealed. Sealed and full. Have you got this?
Is it the O2?
Yeah, O2 2009, 61.8%.
I'll bring it down next time.
Wait.
I'm coming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that the one that we had when we had
Yeah. We did all of them, mate. We'll bring a bunch of the Port Charlottes again because they're like,
Was that the lamb roast dinner one? They're all pretty meaty, pretty roast dinner-esque.
God, that is.
Yeah, that's cool. I've got another one downstairs, which is the.
I'm just like drinking from the bottle.
Oh no way! You all remember the episode with Jan, the Canadian lady?
Yeah, I said Jan's a legend.
I met Jan and Islay. We've become friends. That's awesome.
How'd you know? How did you know she followed us? That's hilarious. That's so gas.
Uncut and unfiltered. Creating friendships. Since 20. Don't know when we started, but yeah.
It's 2024.
Yeah. Changing lives here, guys. What else have I got here? I've got my.
I met my wife through Uncut.
Oh, fuck! Imagine. Sorry.
He's probably a pisshead nightmare like us.
We'll sign something to say we take no responsibility. What is the Pity Vague 30-year-old that I still haven't opened? I bought that at auction for about 300 odd quid.
Oh, that's so gas. They did. They started talking about YouTube channels they watched. That's so funny.
And mentioned Uncut and Unfiltered. High five.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. I haven't really. Oh, I've got this sitting around, which I still haven't opened because I think you cracked yours that time, but I still got that. Everyone remember this?
So good.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get one of these, Ian?
No.
That's not Ian's sort of cup of tea.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's good though.
It was good, and they hung around for ages because people didn't really want them, but I don't know. Because yeah, it had Octomore in it. That's right. Yeah.
There's a bit of everything.
It does have a bit. Well, Port Charlotte, Claddie, and
That's
Octomore,
the
but
three
yeah.
of them, yeah. Sorry, a bit of everything, sort of core range. Sorry.
I nearly sold this recently, but
No, keep hold of it, dude.
Yeah.
You'll never get the money. You won't get the money you paid for it.
How much were they? I can't remember. They're 100 quid or something. 120
They were
quid.
over 100.
Yeah.
They were 140.
Still, that's exciting. But yeah, I'll probably have a rouse through Whiskey Hammer and punch in my. What are your kind of go-tos on there? You probably go straight for the Glendronach, Ian.
Yeah, I always have a look at Glendronach. I'm trying to finish off the cask finish series. I've got one of them left to go.
Which one?
The 15-year-old. Is it Masala? Like the dark red one.
Cool.
Which doesn't come up very often. But yeah, I've got at least one of all of the others. I'll also probably go for a couple of duplicates, just kind of then open them to keep the full collection out there. Yeah, I auction. I'm generally looking for my top kind of 5 distilleries, birth year stuff, and a few other distilleries that I kind of keep an eye on and have a few bottles from. So yeah, I'm fairly kind of consistent. I pretty much also just about buy and sell with SWA nowadays as well.
Okay.
Do you end up selling a lot?
Yes and no. Not loads and loads. I mean, I kind of probably once or twice a year try and take a good long hard look at the shelves and go, am I actually
Myself.
this?
What's wrong with me?
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of, right? What's wrong with me? Why the fuck did I buy this at the time? To clear out some space and or free up some funds for buying more whiskey.
Mm. Oh god, that Sierra cask for Charlotte is so yummy, Stephen.
Oh, you poured one, did you?
Yeah, if I wasn't coming down at the end of the week, I'd say fucking open that right now, boy. So good.
Yeah, bring it with you.
I will.
Yeah, we did a good 4 or 5, didn't we? That time, so.
Yeah, I think at least. At least. All right, lads. So listen, I'm running out of steam, to be honest with you. That stag has done me in. Apologies, people at home. Next time I'll come a little bit better prepared. But let's cut it off there. Always good to catch up with you both. I know that we're going to be doing a bit of filming next week, hopefully. But maybe we jump on a week. Are we live there the week after or something?
I'm not around, but yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll be on soon. We'll do a live soon for sure.
But listen, guys, we've got a great episode coming out. Next is an episode with Hannah from the Whisky Exchange. I was actually just watching a few clips from it earlier today. Really, really exciting. I think it's going to be going out to members in the next couple of days and then go public next week, won't it, Steve?
Actually, no, it's public this week.
Public this week? Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. So members probably tomorrow, and then public Thursday. I think we're dropping public episodes. So yeah, really cool. It's new distilleries. One of our kind of favourites in there. So yeah, and Hannah was great. She knows her stuff.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. So yeah, keep your eyes open, people. But listen, thank you all for joining us. As I say, we've had at least 40 people in here, 50 people in here all evening. So great to see you all. Great to chat. And we will see you next time. But